You know, on days that I don't feel like doing anything, do you know what helps me get through? Knowing that Jesus went through it first. And that's not to say that he should have went through anything that he went through, because I definitely do not agree with that. But knowing that that is my Father, that is the light before me that's leading my way, and knowing that he went through what I went through, he's relatable. I can relate to him. It makes the connection stronger. When you can relate to somebody and they've been through exactly what you've been through, you tend to grow closer to that person, because it's like you guys have a special bond. And not even a trauma bond. I'm not speaking about that, but I'm just saying, like I guess like a therapist or a friend or whatever, like you tend to connect to people that you relate to, right? If somebody does not relate to you, it's hard for you guys to get to a certain depth in your connection and your relationship, because there's going to be parts of each other that you're just not going to understand. Things that they went through, you're not going to have an understanding. Things that you went through, they're not going to have an understanding. When you cannot relate to each other, there's only but so much you can do to connect with them. It's kind of like surface level. But when you really relate to somebody and they went through what you went through, it lets you know that, one, you're not alone. Two, it gives you like a blueprint. Like Jesus gave us a blueprint on how to handle situations, how to navigate difficult obstacles that we're going to be faced with. And when you look back at the life that Jesus had to live on this earth, it is so similar to a lot of our lives. You know, from the family, the rejection, the mistreatment, the betrayal, Judas. How many of us have been betrayed with a kiss? Like, I can go on and on and on about that. With so many different things. Like, and the point I'm making is, it's like knowing that Jesus had a purpose. He had a calling. He made it very clear this is not his will, this is his Father's will. And there was things that Jesus wished that he didn't necessarily have to go through. He did not want to have to be crucified. I don't know the scripture. If anybody knows it, please put it in the comments. But he spoke out and asked his Father a couple of times, if there's any other way. If there's any other way. If not, let your will be done. Jesus did not want to have to go through the things that he went through. And I mean, who would? He didn't do any wrong. He literally never done anything. I cannot imagine, because I am a person who have done wrong. I am a person who has sinned. I am going to be a person who will sin again, unfortunately. And the point I'm making is, can you imagine the innocence of never doing anything, but receiving the punishment of a murderer or a rapist, or, you know, someone who really, really, really did something crazy? Like, that punishment is just like extreme. It's excessive. It's like, I didn't do anything wrong. That's like the cops coming to your house right now, gripping you up and telling you that you about to go to the jail. They about to go put you in a hole. Imagine the sheriff's coming to your house talking about, oh yeah, you're going to the county, whatever county you live in. Yeah, you're about to go up there until you go upstate. Oh, but I didn't do nothing wrong, officer. It don't matter. You're going upstate. You're going in the hole. Ain't no commissary, ain't no phone calls, ain't no nothing. We're going to beat you. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Just imagine the mindset. You know, I know I'm a little extra, but just think about it, y'all. That's what Jesus had to go through. It's like the sheriffs came to him, told him, this is going to be your punishment. Even though you didn't do anything wrong, we don't like you. We don't like something about you. It's just something about you we don't like. Even though you didn't do anything, you didn't say anything, we don't like you. We are threatened by you, and we're going to get you the hell up out of here. That was his reality. And when I think about so many things that he went through, like I said, and I related to myself, like I connected Jesus on a deep, 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 deep level. This is deeper than, I know of him, I believe in him. Yeah, believing and knowing is two different things. And when I'm saying knowing, I'm saying like some people know of him but don't believe in him. Some people believe in him but do not have a relationship with him. Like that explains itself. But speaking for myself, it is so deep. It is so, 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 so deep. And that's what pushes me through. to know not to give up on my purpose, to know not to give up on my dreams. This is not my will, this is God's will. And even though I'm going to be faced with obstacles, I'm going to be faced with Judases, I'm going to be faced with betrayal and rejection. I actually talked about that on one of my other videos. I was mentioning how I believe I said rejection, isolation, and abandonment issues. Those were the things I was forced to be dealt with at a very young age. Jesus had those same exact obstacles. And I'm not saying that I am on the same pedestal as Jesus. Please don't take my words out of context. Every time I get in a mood where I feel like, you know what, this is too much to handle, I can't do this, I can't do that, I have those little reminders like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. There's a blueprint in front of me. My father did this before me. My best friend did this before me. There is somebody who paved the way. So I'm not sitting here putting the first tracks on the street. He already did it. Catch that. Yeah, so when you feel like, I don't feel like doing this, or this is too much to handle, or I don't want to really walk in my purpose, I don't want to be in my calling because of what people are going to say, I'm telling you, that's the least of your worries. That is really the least of your worries. Even if you have to do things you don't want to do. If God told you to do something, you must be obedient. Obedient is better than sacrifice. And allowing our emotions to dictate our actions, you're going to rob yourself of ever reaching your fullest potential. There's going to be days where you feel good. Days you're going to be, you know, super enthusiastic. You're happy. You're goal driven. And there's going to be days where you're going to feel the opposite. You still have to keep pushing forward. Why? Because it is not your will, it is God's will. And the more you keep doing it, the more it'll be easier to snap out of those moments. Not always are you going to feel good, but you keep telling yourself, you know what? I got to do this. I got to do this. Whatever your purpose is, whatever God put on your heart, whatever your calling is, every single day, make the most of it. Time is going by so fast. We have to sit here and maximize our days. There's no more time to push things to the side, to procrastinate, push everything to a following day. No, maximize your day, and everything you're able to accomplish. And days that you don't feel like doing it, try to push yourself a little more, because those are days you have to work a little bit harder. Because if not, you're going to get stuck in that mindset of not wanting to do something, and it's going to happen on a Friday and then roll over to a Saturday and then roll over to Sunday, and here it is, you let a whole week go by because of your feelings. God is our blueprint. He is the way. There's nothing that we're going through for the first time. He went through everything. So if you find yourself stuck, he is the person that you want to go to so that he can get you out of that rut, because it's not your will, it's his will.